Kanċellier Professur David Attard, Proretturi Professur Tanja Samud Bonici u Professur Frank Bezzina, Sinjuri. Merħba għal din iċ-ċerimonja ta' gradwazzjoni, is-sitt waħda minn sensiela ta' 25 ċerimonja fil-livell ta' postgraduate. Huwa ta' sodisfazzjon għall-Università ta' Malta li nħabbru li ser jiggradwaw aktar minn 2600 student f'din is-sessjoni għas-snin 2020, 21 u 22. Fosthom hemm 113 il-dottorat li minnhom 88 huma dottorati ta' riċerka fuq sma varji. Nibdew iċ-ċerimonja billi nistieden il-Professor Russell Smith miċ-Ċentru għall-Intraprenditorija u l-Inkubazzjoni tan-Negozju sabiex jindirizzana.
Well, welcome everybody, and thank you for being here, and well done for getting here. Today, above all days, is a day of celebration for everyone gathered here. First and foremost, of course, the graduates who are here with us today. I congratulate all of you for your academic achievements. Be proud of what you have achieved, and always remember that degrees are not given away. They are earned, and it's your own hard work that brings you to this graduation ceremony. Anything worth winning is worth winning on merit. So I would have to say as well that it's also a day of celebration for this fine university of ours, whose long tradition spans over 250 years, and into which family you graduates have now earned the right to belong. Well done. This is my favorite day of the year because I get to meet the other family outside of this university of those that I have had the privilege to teach. Thank you for lending your loved ones to me for the time that I taught them, and thank you also for the love, support and dedication that you've given them over the years, without which they would not be graduating here today. And I speak on behalf of all of my fellow academics when I say that to the family and friends of the graduates here today. Now, your smiling faces are a sure sign of happiness, and you should be happy. I agree with the founding fathers of America, who in 1776 said that everyone has the inalienable right to life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. So be happy. But when you leave this place, look around you. You'll find that not everyone is happy. Not in this world, not in this country, not in your town, and perhaps not even in your street. There is dis-ease. Not disease, dis-ease. And so how can you, new graduates, help? It's perhaps an outrageous question from somebody of my generation who's left this world in a state for you to inherit, which should have been better. Nevertheless, the world is now in your hands. Being a graduate means that you are extraordinary. Your challenge now is to live the extraordinary life and make a difference. Now, your university education has helped you to acquire know-how, a combination of experience and expertise. Our Masters in Entrepreneurship course teaches that you can sell that to one customer and be an employee. Many people do. Or you can sell it to multiple customers and be an employer. Quite a few people do. Or you can give it away to people less fortunate than you. Few people do. Now, sometimes events arise when the few do step forward, the extraordinary few. In a World War II speech in 1940, The then British Prime Minister Winston Churchill, when referring to the RAF pilots who'd held back invading forces, said, "Never was so much owed by so many to so few." The extraordinary few. But it does not take a world war for extraordinary people like you to make a difference. It simply takes a creative mind to look for ways in which your know-how can help, particularly in unexpected ways. Your future is full of potential and possibilities, and so keep an open mind. Opportunities will present themselves for you to be extraordinary. Now, medical research led me to create spin-out companies from the University of Oxford in order to develop academic research into drugs that would benefit society. Some people call that entrepreneurship, the subject that I now teach here at this university. But it has led to know-how about enterprise, business, that has allowed me to help disadvantaged people to start their own business as a route out of hardship. For example, we work with the Royal Marine Commandos in the UK, many of whom have trod upon landmines or IEDs. I hate those things. And they've lost 1, 2, or 3 limbs. They retire for medical reasons and can no longer be a commando. But they cannot stop being a commando. It's a state of mind. Their ability to work in teams, undertake planning, handle logistics, and not quit when things get tough make them one of the best groups of students to teach about starting a business, and it's been a privilege to do so. So, let me ask you, what group might you be motivated to help? Using your own know-how. Trust me, you will get back more than you ever give. I know what only motivated some of you to take the course of study you selected. All good reasons, but very different from my own. I decided to become a doctor in 1964 when I first watched the UK television series Doctor Who. The titular character is a traveller in time and space who is dedicated to help the people of Earth. Quite extraordinary. The character has lived many lives because of an ability to regenerate. When the male 12th Doctor Who regenerated into the 13th female Doctor Who, he offered this advice to the one who was to follow him. Remember, hate is always foolish, love is always wise. Always try to be nice and never fail to be kind. He also said don't eat pears, but I think that was optional. Now, Doctor Who is a fictional character. You are not. You're genuinely extraordinary, as evidenced by your graduation here today. Take time to rightly celebrate with your friends and family, but please, please, please set aside some time to think about the less obvious ways in which you can change this wonderful, beautiful, incredible, but endangered world in which we all share. Whatever your academic field of study, you now have know-how that can make a difference if you choose to do so. I'd like to follow Doctor Who's lead as someone who, in the overcast autumn of my own life, gives some advice to those students who are in the bright, bright springtime of their lives. Be the extraordinary person that you are. It's okay to be one of the few. Make your parents and friends proud. Love unconditionally in whatever form is right for you. Always offer help when asked. Above all, be happy. Thank you.
Nistidinkom tisimgħu l-indirizz tar-rappreżentant tal-gradwati, is-Sinjur Sean Allu, li se jingħata l-grad ta' Master of Science in Insurance and Risk Management. Is-Sinjur Sean Allu.
Easier without the hat. Dear Chancellor, Rector, members of the Council and Senate, members of the academic body, academic registrar, fellow graduates, and parents. Thank you so much for being here, even though we're a little bit late, but that really wasn't our choice now, was it? We graduated from this university around a year and a half ago. And if I have to be honest, it's quite surreal, if not a bit strange as well, to be back here together after quite a bit of time to finally graduate in person after what I'm certain was quite an eventful 18 months for all of us. And I'm going to be quite frank and honest here. Giving a speech up here right now in front of all of you is quite a challenge. It's a challenge because this is not your average graduation speech. We've completed our programs of study quite some time ago, and unlike most graduation speeches delivered in the history of this institution, we're not eagerly throwing our mortarboard hats up in the air filled with excitement and passion and promise as to what's going to follow our lives post-graduation. It's already happened. We're living it right now. We've changed, we've grown, and we've entered this new reality and started facing whatever life had to bring. We graduated in surreal times, and we all know that. And I do believe, in this moment, our lecturers, university staff, the administration, and the decision makers of this university, and every single person involved in the running of this institution reacted prudently and efficiently in dealing with the unprecedented systematic risks we faced during the COVID-19 pandemic. Thanks to your work, us students could continue receiving our education from the safety of our homes. And today, we stand here graduating because of your work. Your dedication and your commitment towards ensuring that we can continue receiving the education we desired is one of the factors as to why we're here today. And for that, on behalf of every graduate in this hall who benefited from that direct commitment, I'll do nothing less than offer you our respect and applaud you all for your efforts. Thank you. You made a difference in times where no one really knew what the future had in store for us. And I do sincerely believe that there's nothing more rewarding for a lecturer, a teacher, an educator, an individual involved in an institution such as this, to know that he had an impact on your students, to know that he had an impact on the people around you. And I can speak on behalf of my fellow graduates that I think that's the case for this cohort. And on that note, I'll shift my focus to my fellow graduates, a cohort that graduated in the midst of a global pandemic. We made it, guys. At the beginning, we probably thought we had a sweet deal at the start, that we could join lectures from the comfort of our own home, we can join in sweatpants, we don't need to worry about parking, which was a big one, I think, for the majority of us. But as the weeks and months went on, it was not easy. It was nothing easy at all. It was difficult, I think, for every single person in this room. The assignments, the uncertainty, the anxiety, the isolation, all of it building like a pressure cooker and not really knowing what's going to happen next. It wasn't a normal year, but we're all here now. We did it. We were robbed of a few experiences, for sure, with our friends, with our colleagues, with our lecturers, experiences that would have been a catalyst for personal growth. But nonetheless, no good sailor was made in calm seas. And I'm proud that each and every one of us is here today, that we can say that we actually did it. Now that we're at a point where hopefully we're seeing the end of the pandemic, I think we can all collectively agree when we look back, a lot of things have changed, both for us and for the society we live in. For better or for worse, the world is different now, and I'm willing to bet that the majority of us in this church have also changed quite a bit since March 2020. When I reflect on myself and the experiences of the last 2 years, I'm quite comfortable admitting that it's been quite a roller coaster, with more ups and downs than I have time to be able to divulge in during this speech. And interestingly enough, one reflection that I have to make looking back whilst I'm giving this speech is that university did indeed strengthen my intellectual abilities. It did indeed give me the opportunity to think, to discuss, to explore different fields of study. And it instilled within me the confidence I needed to navigate my field, my academic field, my field of study. Although I do feel more could have been done in preparing me from the existential front, giving me the tools and confidence I needed to navigate myself. And this really came out during the moments in the pandemic, when that support system with friends, support system with the groups that I was in was no longer there. When I reflect, I realize the greatest lessons I received at university were not just the result of a standardized syllabus, but rather a consequence of human interactions on campus, human interactions with people just like me, sharing things in a non-formal environment that allowed me to grow on a personal level. And I do believe at the end of the day, as students, that's what we were really robbed of when the pandemic hit. Looking back, I realize my heart really does belong here at the University of Malta, not as a consequence of a syllabus or as a product of an academic result or anything like that, but simply due to the fact that there are a group of phenomenal minds and hearts gathered together in this institution. Minds and hearts who collectively curate a space that anyone can thrive in, can grow in, can feel included in, and potentially prosper. This comes in many forms, whether it's in the forms of student activism and youth organizations, something we should really be proud of in this university. Whether it's late nights studying in common rooms, something we always used to do in the pandemic, and a place where you could connect with people from all disciplines and students from all walks of life. Whether it's in events like Freshers Week or Careers Week, where you get exposed to companies, brands, freebies, if it's your thing at the start of the year. And even tutorials and guest lectures, where out of nowhere a new brilliant mind comes to the university and suddenly you can be exposed to new ideas, new thoughts, a new method of thinking, or some new study that you were not expecting in that moment. Interacting and learning from each other and forming part of this space was an absolute privilege. And it's amazing that I believe every single person in this church right now has contributed to that environment in one shape or form. And on that note, I want to start ending this speech, but I won't end it before I give a few direct remarks to the different groups of people who are gathered here in this church. And these people are people who contributed directly to this environment, an environment that I've grown to love, to respect, and cherish when I look back at my times in this university. And first off, I need to start with our parents, the people who are listening to us right now. I'm not sure where they are, I can't see them, but I'm certain they're somewhere listening. Parents, thank you. We would not be here today without your support, your dedication, your love, and sometimes your reprimands and insistence that we should do better, some shouting in my case, or some arguments here and there, but it's always for our betterhood and our growth. Every single day you drive us to the better. And I hope that today we are making you proud by achieving this milestone in our education and our development. And also, dear parents, whilst I have your attention, I just want to give you a plea. I just want to ask one thing from you. If your children ever come to you one day and tell you that they wish to quit their job and start a new profession, that they're thinking of stopping working full-time and going back to university to study something new, or even they might just come to you and say they want to uproot themselves and travel to a foreign country, please do not discourage them, especially if it might sound scary to you. Supporting our children as they attempt to challenge themselves by stepping outside their comfort zones is one of the greatest acts of love a parent can provide. And a step outside one's comfort zone can be a step towards discovering a greater, happier version of ourselves. We learned this in the pandemic, and I really hope we can support each other to find ourselves and push ourselves outside of our comfort zone. Academics and University of Malta staff as well, thank you. We also would not be here today without your support, dedication, and drive to teach your students everything you know. Thank you for learning how to use Zoom for us. Thank you for constantly reminding us how to cite from sources properly, and for being patient with our horrible attention spans, and ultimately for dedicating so much time, energy, and effort to our collective education. Once again, once I have your attention, I genuinely wish to ask you to recognize the insurmountable impact you can have on the minds and hearts of your students. Do not shy away from reminding your classes that you are also a fellow human being, one who has valuable experiences to share with them. Remember that we live in the information age, and that a quality education is so much more than the regurgitation of facts and figures. It's no mistake that in Maltese we say, il-mistoqsija oħt il-erf, which in English means, the question is the sister of wisdom. Strive to teach your students the art of asking good questions, and you will inevitably prepare them to face unprecedented problems in life, which life will undoubtedly throw at them. My father once told me, if you give a man a fish, he will eat it and then go hungry. However, if you teach a man how to use a fishing rod, he can catch his own fish and never go hungry again. Facts, figures, information, and regurgitated answers are the fish in this case. The art of asking questions is the fishing rod. I implore you to strive to educate a generation of fishermen so that we can never go hungry again. And last but definitely not surely, my fellow graduates, thank you as well. You are the heart and soul of this university, and your very presence breathes life and purpose into this campus every single day. Looking ahead, we're a generation that will likely be facing unprecedented amounts of disruption in our life. War is looming, climate change is happening, artificial intelligence is becoming exponentially more efficient and systematic in both its application and its execution. Decentralized finance, blockchain-based technologies, and cryptocurrencies are gradually changing the face of the economy as we know it. Globalization and social media are rapidly changing the foundations of long-held social contracts and social status quos, and one can also not exclude the potential implications, effects, and disruptions that can be caused by metaverse-based technologies. The last 2 years were disruptive and surreal, but I genuinely believe that disruption and surreality is soon going to become the new norm. In the face of this, I ask you to empower yourselves to remain curious, to challenge yourselves by stepping outside of your comfort zones every single day. Stimulate your curiosity, and above all else, do not compromise on your happiness. Strive to get better at asking questions. Push yourself to find yourself, and do not shy away from asking questions that might seem bigger than life. Be brave enough to fail, and humble enough to try again, and if needs be, fail again. And if you're scared or anxious of doing something, that might just be a sign from the universe that that very thing is something worth doing. Chase your fears. It's definitely worth it. Graduates of University of Malta, it has been an absolute privilege to learn, grow, laugh, cry, sometimes party, study, and ultimately graduate with each and every one of you. The future looks bright, and I'm more excited to be a part of it. Thank you very much.
Loti tal-gradi ta' Master fil-Fakultà tal-Ekonomija, il-Management u l-Accountancy. Master of Arts. Preklarissimi kandidati plakwi ta' auctoritatibus universitati moderande prefectis, dinios vos declarare, qui laurea insinibus decoremini. Sponsor Dr. Emmanuel Said.
Tuum in conspectum, magnifica rector, adducimus os lectissimus candidatos omnibus laurea insinibus, more instituque maiorum a te honestandos, qui a consillaris et senatoribus uius universitatis dignissimis presentati te mox rogabunt ut tibi attributa poteste. Eos magistros reunites atque in esum modi censu coptatus ad riscopsque nomines atque edicas.
Janika Gawci. Janika Gawci ġiet l-ewwel fil-kors bil-qasam tal-istudju tagħha jkun Insurance and Risk Management.
Utitaque Deus, exoratus vertat bene, nobis attributa auctoritate, te magistram eu iures censeri, esse quo optimum sunt creati. Alie decimus e pronunciamus tubique omnibus honoribus, cum laurea conjunctis fruendi et utendi facultatem facimus. Capeam collate, tibi ornamentam, equid illa instituto maiorum, portende intellige. Gestas hic togam anc, ut nodit omnes te in magistrum, collegium electum esse. Sit tibi liberus spellus hic, velluti ornamentum laureum quo donabantur post certament victores. Quant opera vero te dignitate, adepta in totius academicis coetus, nomine gratulemur gestatur tibiic nosteram plexus.
Economics, Adrian Thoma. Insurance and Risk Management, Matthew Borch. In absentia, Brandon Ajus. Adrienne Marie Camilleri. In absentia, Martina Camilleri. Roberta Fenech. Alessandra Gerlando. Roberta Grishti. In absentia, Ramon Mitzi Brandon Salima. Luke Spiteri. Management, Mario Gauci. Master of Arts in Public Policy Leadership, Xavier James Heatherly. Master of Science. Preklarissimi kandidati placuit autoritatibus universitati moderande prefectis. Dinios vos declarare, qui laurea insignibus decoremini. Sponsor Dr. Emmanuel Said.
Tum in conspectum, magnifica rector, ad ducimus os lectissimus candidatos, omnibus laurea insignibus, more instituque maiorum a te honestandos, qui a consillaris et senatoribus uius universitatis dignissimis presentati, te mox rogabunt, ut tibi attributa potestate eos magistros reunites adqui in esu modi, censu coptatus ad discropsque nomines atque edicas.
Rachel Camilleri. Rachel Camilleri ġiet l-ewwel fil-kors tagħha.
Utitaque Deus, exoratus vertat bene, nobis attributa auctoritate, te magistram iure censeri, e esse quo optum sunt creati alia decimos. E pronunciamus tibiqui omnibus honoribus, cum laurea conjunctis, fruendi et utendi facultatem facimus. Capeam collati tibi dignitatis ornamenta, e quid la instituto majorem portende intellige. Gesta sic togam anc, ut nudit omnes te in magistrarum collegium ecta esse. Sit tibi liberalis peleusic veluti ornamentum laureum, quo donobantur post certament victores. Quant opera vero tedne dignitate adepta in totius academicis coetus, nomine gratulemur gestetur tibiec nosteram plexus.
John Abela. Francesca Marie Baldacchino. Maria Barbara. Christopher Borge. In absentia, Celine Bartolo, Huda Bushamama. Shariz Bujeya. Sarah Marie Bujeya. Andre Camilleri. Ricky Camilleri. Kurt Caruana. Kimberly Kassar. Christabel Catania. In absentia, Abhishek Chatterjee. Andrea Kutayar. Andrew De Bono. In absentia, Gregory Ebbs. Angel Farrugia. Maria Farrugia. Leah Fenech. Matthew Formosa. Beppe Galia. In absentia, Julian Galia. Nicole Galia. Rachel Galia. In absentia, Patrick Georgiev, Thomas Giuliano. Andrew Gregg. Julia Grima. Matthew Grishti. Sarah Iles. Renee Magri. Kirsten Marmara. Gary Martin. Monique McCarthy. In absentia, Erika Mikallef. Charlene Muscat. Oriana Parisi. Se nieqfu għal ftit minuti mill-loti ta' ċertifikati biex nisimgħu l-istudenti tal-ewwel sena fih dan l-Iskola tal-Arti Performattiva.
Coming for to carry me.
Inkomplu bloti ta' ċertifikati. Timea Pench. Christine Pillow. Luke Nathaniel Policino. In absentia, Gabriella Reyes Tapia. Laura Sammut. Waylon Sammut. Abigail Sant. Christy Schembri. Christian Joseph Schifo. Dylan Spiteri. In absentia, Raul Spiteri, Livia Stroud. Glenn Sultana. Jamie Sultana. Tiffany Sultana. Emma Tabone. Christian Toma. In absentia, Aaron Vargascari. Markendro Vassallo. Mattias Vassallo. Maxine Vella. Master of Science in Banking and Finance, Deborah Portelli. Master of Science in Economics, Gabriel Buzuttil. Lucas Chafai. Claudia Dalli. In absentia, Nathan Chetland, Adonia Sammut, Silvio Vella. Master of Science in Insurance and Risk Management. Preklarissimi kandidati, plakwi ta' autoritatibus universitati moderande prefectis, dinios vos declarare, qui laurea insinibus decoremini. Sponsor, Dr. Emmanuel Said.
Tum in conspectum magnifice rector, adducimus os lectissimus candidatos, omnibus laurea insignibus, more instituque maiorum a te honestandos, qui a consillaris et senatoribus uius universitatis dignissimis presentati, temox rogabunt ut tibi attributa protestate. Eos magistros renunties atqui in esu modi, censu coptatos ad scripscosque nomines atque edicas.
Kimberly Pirotta. Kimberly Pirotta ġiet l-ewwel fil-kors.
Utitaque Deus exoratus veritat bene, nobis attribuita auctoritate te magistrum iure censeri, ees quo optimum sunt creati ali. Adecimus e pronunciamus tubuqui omnibus honoribus cum laurea conjunctis, fruendi et utendi facultatem facimus. Capiam collata tibi dignitatis ornamenta, equidilla instituto maiorum portande intellige. Gesta sic togam anc, ut nudit omnes te in magistrarum collegium electum esse. Sit tibi liberis peleu sic velluti ornamentum laurem, quo donabantur post certamen victores. Quant opera vero tene dignitate, ademptum totius academicis coetus, nomine glaturemur gestatur tibi ic noster amplexus.
Giulia Callus. Michael Catania. Sean Ellul. Claire Farrugia. Carl Fennec. In absentia, Janice Gregg. Bernice Grima. Aman Haber. Luke Pavia. Maria Sacco. Annabel Sant. Edith Satchel. Loti tal-grad ta' Master in Blockchain Distributed Ledger Technologies fiċ-ċentru ta' teknoloġiji għad-Distributed Ledger. Preklarissimi kandidati, plakwi ta' auctoritatibus universitati moderande prefectis, dinios vos declarare qui laurea insignibus decoremini. Sponsor Dr. Kerr Cherry.
tuum in conspectum, magnifice rector, adducimus anclentissimam candidatam omnibus laurea insignibus, more institutoque maiorum a te honestandum, quae a consiliaris et senatoribus uius universitatis dignissimis presentata. Temox rogabit ut tibi attributa potestate, eiam magistros renuncies, atque in eius modi censu cooptatam adscriptamque, nomines atque edicas.
Christine Borch. Christine Borch ġiet l-ewwel fil-kors tagħha.
Utitaque Deus exeratus vertat bene, nobis attributa auctoritate, te magistram eu iure censeri e esse quo optimum sunt creati, alia decimus se pronunciamos, tibiqui omnus honoribus cum laurea conjunctis, fruendi et utendi facultatem facimus. Carpeam collate tibi dignitatis ornamenta, equidilla instituto maiorum portende intellige. Gesta sic togamanc ut nurit omnes te in magistrarum collegium ecta est. Sit tibi liberalis poleu sic, veluti ornamentum laureum quo donabantur post certamen victores. Quantopero vero te de dignitate, adeptem toitus academici coetus, nomine gratulemur, gestatur tibi ic nosteram plexus.
Rosette Cassar. Joseph De Bono. Annelise Saguna. In absentia, Karl Bezzina, Carla Mattedi. Loti tal-grad ta' Master in Knowledge-Based Entrepreneurship fi ċentru għall-intraprenditorija u għall-inkubazzjoni tan-negozju. Preklarissimi kandidati, placuit auctoritatibus universitati moderande prefectis, dinios vos declarare, qui laurea insignibus decoremini. Sponsor, Professor Russell Smith.
Tuum in conspectum magnifice rector, aducimus hos lectissimos candidatos, omnibus laureae insignibus, mare institutoque maiorum a te honestandos, qui a conciliarius e senatorius huius universitatis dignissimus presentati. Timox rogubant ut tibi attributa potestate, eos magistros reunities atque in eos modi, censu cooptatus ad rescriptosque nomines atque edicas.
Pierre George Thoma. Pierre George Thoma ġie l-ewwel fil-kors tiegħu.
Utitaque Deus exoratus vertat bene, nobis attributa auctoritate. Te magistrum eo iure censeri e esse quo optimum sunt creati ali, et decimus e pronunciamus. Tibique omnibus honoribus cum laurea conjunctis, fruendi et utendi facultatem facimus. Carpeam collata tibni dignitates ornamenta, Equidi la Instituto Maiorum portende intellige. Gesta sic togamang, ut nurit omnes te in magistrorum collegium, electum esse. Si tibi liberalis fileo sic velluti ornamentum laureum, quod donabantur post certament victores. Quantopero vero te ne dignitate, adeptan toitus academici coetus, nomine gratulemur gestatur tibi ic monstram plexus.
Janet Aksisa. In absentia, Adrian Ajus. David Borg. Matthew Borg Carr. In absentia, Andrea Delicata Gail De Manuele. Romlin Desira. Philip El Masri. Gillian Farrugia Pach. In absentia, Kurt Farrugia Luke Laurenti. Erika Lindsay Zammit. Ludwig Zammit. In absentia, Sergio Zammit. Loti tal-grad ta' Master in Lifelong Career Guidance and Development miċ-ċentru għall-istudju tax-xogħol. Preklarissimi kandidati plakwi ta' auctoritatibus universitati moderande prefectis, dinios vos declarare, qui laurea insinibus decoremini. Sponsor Dr. Luke Anthony Fiorini.
Tum in conspectum magnifica rector, adducimus hos lectissimus candidatus, omnibus laurea insignibus, mor institutoque maiorum ate honestandus, quia consiliaris et senatoribus huius universitatis dinimis presentatim, te mox rogabunt ut, tibi attributa potestate, eos magistrus renuntius, ate qui in erius modi, censu coptatus ad districtosque, nomines ate qui edicas.
Wayne Azzopardi. Justine Formosa. Issa nitlob lill gradwati l-ġodda jqumu bil-wieqfa biex flimkien ngħidu l-affermazzjoni. Jiena nilqa l-unuri u l-privileġġi mogħtija lili llum. Jiena nwiegħed li nħaddimhom b'responsabbiltà għas-servizz tas-soċjetà u li nagħmel hekk skont il-liġi u l-Kostituzzjoni ta' Malta. U filwaqt li jien membru tal-Korp Akademiku tal-Università ta' Malta, nagħti kelma sieħa li nimxi dejjem skont il-liġijiet u regolamenti tagħha. F'isem l-Università nifraħ lil gradwati l-ġodda u lill familji tagħkom f'din l-okkażjoni. Proset. Inqumu bil-wieqfa għall-innu Malti. Nitlobkom tibqgħu bil-wieqfa sakemm joħorġu l-kanċillier, il-proretturi u l-korp akademiku.